Hi everyone, my name is Faraz and I'm with PureStack. Welcome to our channel. We'll be basically going over how business leaders are using technologies to scale their business. For example, we'll be going over AI and other technologies that can really help your business scale quicker, faster, and more efficient. The biggest risks in business are not the obvious one. No one's complaining, everything seems fine, until one day it isn't. Most companies only respond to the visible problems. Systems are slow, printers aren't working, people can't log into the server, maybe can't log into their email address, can't send a specific email to a customer. Those are all things that they are focused on. The silent risks rarely create any urgency, and they go unresolved for a long period of time until one day that silent risk appears and it becomes very expensive for the business. The first silent risk is multi-factor authentication. Many businesses are only using passwords to secure their systems. Those passwords that they're using are usually set across multiple different vendor portals, their social media accounts, their bank accounts. It's the same password. And usually they're very easy to break. With that being said, you must have multi-factor authentication. What this basically does is add a second layer of protection. So if somebody was to get your password and they were to enter it on any one of your portals or your system, it would automatically alert you and they would have to provide a second code in order to get into that system or device. If you're not using multi-factor authentication and you're just relying on passwords, you're just waiting to be hacked. Without it, businesses are relying on luck and not protection. Laptops, phones, remote devices often multiply as the team grows. If those devices are not centrally managed, the company will lose visibility on security updates, access control, if the device gets lost or stolen, if they need to offboard an employee, if there's sensitive data on each device, and also if the devices are unmanaged, it reduces employee productivity. We've seen this in multiple cases across multiple companies. The devices may look fine, but the risk is in the lack of control of those devices. Risk number 3 is untested backups. Many companies will say, yes, we have backups. We have backups for the last 7 years, but all of those backups are untested. And when something does happen, for example, a business document gets deleted and now they're unable to restore it. They're hit with ransomware. And now when they go back to try to restore their systems, they're unable to do so. We actually had a customer that was in this case scenario. They were hit with ransomware and they had untested backups. When we finally went through their backups, we found out that the only backup that was worth restoring was 6 months old. This set their entire team back. They had to re-enter all of the paperwork in the accounting system again. They ended up having to hire 6 different data entry consultants and accounting consultants to bring their systems current. If your backups go untested, this can become a very expensive risk. These risks don't usually cause daily pain. That's why they go missed many times. But when they do surface, the impact can include downtime, lost revenue, lost client trust, and a lot of compliance issues, and in the worst case scenario, permanent data loss. Successful companies review the quiet risks before they become a visible problem. They focus on MFA everywhere possible. They make sure that all their devices are managed and have access controls. They verify their backups on a minimum monthly. They regularly review risks, and they have clear ownership of all problems. That is prevention, not reaction. The biggest risks are the ones that go unnoticed. Everything feels fine and everything feels safe. That just means that the real test hasn't really happened. Thank you for watching this video. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe.